Hey, you! You're not allowed in there! As Aiden followed Dominic Grayson into Club Kain, one of Dominic's henchmen spotted him and chased him inside. But Aiden had already made it through the entrance. He easily blended into the crowd full of men wearing tailored suits. The man at the door looked frantically around the room, but there was no sign of Aiden. The tiger had disappeared. Aiden knew the man at the door would continue searching for him, but his attention was completely focused on Dominic, who was walking toward the back of the club with another man, deep in conversation. If I can get close to them, I might be able to hear what they're saying. Aiden pushed through the crowd while trying to keep a low profile. He was getting close to Dominic now, but he still couldn't see his face clearly or hear what he was saying. Suddenly, the sound of a woman's high heels echoed through the club as a woman in a pencil skirt and white blouse crossed the room and walked up to Dominic. Wait a minute, Aiden thought. I know her. Is that Rachel? What the hell is Cyrus's secretary doing here? Rachel bowed her head slightly when she reached Dominic. There you are, Dominic said when he saw her. Let's go. Dominic led Rachel and the other man into one of the back rooms. Aiden was determined to follow them, but before he could move, he felt a strong hand grab his shoulder. There you are. Did you really think you could just walk in here and get away with it? Said the man who had spotted Aiden at the entrance. Get him, he shouted in a gruff voice. Before Aiden could think of something to say, a group of Dominic's henchmen surrounded him. They pinned his arms behind his back and began dragging him away forcefully. I don't want to draw any more attention to myself by fighting in Dominic's club in broad daylight, but even if I did, there are too many of them. Might as well see where they're taking me. If I wait until I get a few of these guys alone, I'll have a better chance of escaping, Aiden decided. But to Aiden's surprise, the men simply dragged him back out the front door and shoved him onto the sidewalk. You think you're pretty slick, don't you? Snarled the man who had first spotted him. He pulled back his suit jacket and flashed Aiden the gun holstered under his arm. I don't ever want to see your face around here again. Aiden breathed a sigh of relief as he walked away from Club Kain. For a moment there, I didn't think I was going to make it out of there alive. Good. They don't know who I am. If they did, I'd be a dead man right now, for sure. He felt a chill go down his spine as he remembered that he had seen Rachel. What was she doing talking to Dominic? Aiden wondered. Could she be the spy? I have to warn Cyrus. When Aiden arrived at Shaw Industries, he headed directly to Cyrus's office. Rachel wasn't at her desk, erasing any doubts Aiden still had that she was the woman he saw at the club. Aiden, what a surprise. How are you? Cyrus looked up from his desk and greeted Aiden with a smile the moment he walked in. I had a run-in with some of Dominic's men at Club Kain and nearly got myself killed a few minutes ago. But other than that, I'm fine, Aiden said sarcastically. Deep creases formed on Cyrus's brow. What were you doing on Dominic's turf? Why would you risk your life like that? Aiden shrugged. I saw an opportunity to learn more about our enemy, and I took it. We have spies for that, remember? Cyrus reminded him. You need to be more careful. If the tiger goes down, the tiger group goes down with it. It was a calculated risk, Aiden replied. I was following my instincts, and it ended up being worth it. I think I know who the spy is. Cyrus's eyes widened in surprise. You do? Who is it? I think it's your secretary, Aiden replied. Rachel? Cyrus stammered. Aiden nodded. I saw her meeting with Dominic. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I'm sure it was her. Cyrus steepled his fingers as he digested this information. That's very disturbing news. But something doesn't make sense. If Rachel is the spy, why would she meet Dominic in broad daylight like that? I didn't think about that. It's a good question, Aiden agreed. Dominic must know that we have spies watching him. I wonder if he did this intentionally, to throw us off the trail, Cyrus speculated. You think it could be a smokescreen? Asked Aiden. Exactly, Cyrus confirmed. If this were a normal mafia meeting, it would have happened at night in a secret location. Something's wrong about this. I just can't put my finger on it. Aiden walked over to the window. As he looked out at the sun hanging low in the sky, he suddenly remembered that Ava was picking him up from work today. We still need to figure out why Rachel was meeting with Dominic, Aiden stated calmly, still facing the window. Don't worry, Tiger. I'll put some men on it right away, Cyrus assured him. We'll find that spy eventually, Aiden said confidently. It might take us days, might take us months, but whoever it is, he or she won't be able to stay hidden for long. At 5 o'clock, Aiden was standing outside the SafeTech building when Ava's car pulled up to the curb. He smiled to himself. There she is, my beautiful wife. And right on time, too. As Aiden walked toward the car to get in, Ava hopped out and tossed him the keys. You want me to drive? Aiden asked. I said I would pick you up. I never said I would drive you home. Ava huffed in mock annoyance. If you're going to be my husband, you might as well start acting like it. Aiden chuckled. It would be my pleasure. I hope so, Ava said with a hair toss as Aiden climbed into the driver's seat. There are still plenty of men who would do anything for the chance to drive me around. There are plenty of women who would trade places with you in a heartbeat, too. Aiden teased, remembering his recent encounters with Laura and Charlotte. Ava rolled her eyes. Oh, please. You couldn't even get a date before you met me, and the only reason we got married was because you snuck into my hotel room. I can't even drive past a hotel now without thinking about how you ruined my life. Aiden shook his head. You still think I planned that whole thing? Trust me, I would much rather be married to someone who wanted to be with me. Your life has only gotten better since we got married, Ava insisted, her voice now laced with frustration. You moved from a crummy studio apartment into a mansion. Before we met, you could barely afford to eat. Now you have gourmet meals prepared for you every day. Sometimes I think that you climbed into my bed just so that you could get all of these things. I've told you 1,000,000 times, I have no idea how I ended up in your bed that night, Aiden replied. I was drunk off my ass. There was never any plan. I married you because I didn't want you to get in trouble with your grandfather. I was trying to keep your reputation from getting damaged. Ava's mouth fell open. Only you would sneak into someone's bed and have the nerve to make it sound like you were doing them a favor. It's no use talking to you, Aiden groaned. The more I try to explain myself, the more upset you get with me. It's better if we don't say anything at all. Ava folded her arms over her chest. Fine with me. Aiden stepped on the gas, and they drove the rest of the way home in silence. When they got back to the Stone mansion, Aiden noticed Craig's car parked in front of the house. What the hell is Craig doing here? He grumbled. Before Aiden could finish his question, Ava opened the car door. Thanks for the ride, she said as she hopped out. As she walked toward Craig's car, Craig jumped out and held open the passenger side door for her. Aiden slammed the car into park and took off on foot after her. Ava, what are you doing? She looked back at Aiden over her shoulder. Craig is taking me on a date tonight. Don't wait up. Craig's mouth curled into an evil smile as Ava got into his car. I can't believe she would go on a date with that douchebag. I thought we were finally getting somewhere. I'm going to wipe that stupid grin right off of Craig's face, Aiden decided. Why did Rachel meet with Dominic Grayson? Is Rachel Dominic's spy, or is it a smokescreen? Why did Ava decide to go on a date with Craig? Aiden's breath quickened, and his face grew flush as he watched Ava get into Craig's car. You're letting Craig take you out tonight? But we're married. Ava tossed her hair and scoffed. Aiden, You and I both know that this marriage is a total scam. Let's just face it. Neither one of us wants it to last. Let's just keep up the charade for now to keep my grandfather happy. And one day, I'm sure we'll find a way to get out of this mess. Aiden's face fell. He couldn't help but feel like the attraction between them was growing, despite the circumstances of their marriage. It's no use lying to ourselves, or each other, Ava added. Besides, I never even got a wedding ring from you. Aiden stepped forward. I'll get you a ring, Ava, if that's what you want. I'll buy you as many rings, necklaces, and diamonds as you desire. I will get you whatever you ask for. Ava smirked. Yeah, right. You couldn't afford that. Craig wrapped his arm around Ava's shoulders and leered at Aiden. But I can. Aiden huffed, crossing his arms and thinking to himself. Little does she know I could buy her 10 times as much jewelry as Craig. After all, I am the tiger. Craig checked his watch. What do you say, baby? Should we get out of here? It's getting kinda late. If we want to make our reservation, we should go. Ava nodded. Yes, Craig. Let's go. She turned to Aiden. Have a nice night, Aiden. Craig took Ava by the waist, leading her out of the house and to his car. Aiden fumed. I should take Craig out. Permanently. Then he sighed to himself. No, that would draw too much attention to me. And if I can't make Ava love me without her knowing my true identity, then maybe she's not worth being with at all. Aiden scuffed his feet, dragging himself into the Stone family mansion, heading for the staff quarters for the night. As he walked through the den, he spotted Sandra Stone nursing a glass of whiskey by the large fireplace. She was fuming, glaring at him. You should know by now, Aiden. You'll never be good enough for my daughter. Not in her eyes, and certainly not in mine. Aiden scowled. What do you really have against me, Sandra? What have I ever done except try to do right by your daughter, only to have both of you treat me like garbage? Sandra stared into the fire. You're a social climber, trying to make a name for yourself on our backs. But the truth is, you don't know what it takes to build an empire like the Stone family has, or like Cyrus Shaw has. All you know how to do is run. So run, Aiden. Run away. Or I'll run you out. Aiden stared into her steely eyes. He could tell she was being serious. Good night, Sandra. Without saying another word, Aiden headed for the staff quarters. Meanwhile, Ava and Craig drank the night away at an upscale rooftop bar. Ava gazed out over the Chicago skyline. Everything okay? Craig nursed his drink as he watched Ava stare out into the distance. Me? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Ava shook her head. Sorry, I'm a bit preoccupied. What's wrong? Craig scoffed. Come on, baby. You know this is the right thing. I mean, look at us. We're the hottest couple in this place. And your parents want us to date, especially your mother. What's there to worry about? Ava sighed. It's just, with Aiden... You mean that broke delivery boy? Craig interrupted her. Come on, Craig, don't be mean. He's an orphan. His parents died. How else was he supposed to make his way in the world? Plus, he's not a delivery boy anymore. Don't worry about him, baby. He won't bother us. It's not that. Ava ran her fingers through her hair. It's just that, well, technically, I am still married to him. If anyone discovers us, I can't actually cheat with you, Craig. My grandfather would have a fit. We have to be careful, that's all. She gazed back out over the skyline again, reminiscing about her time with Aiden. And it's true. I do feel a little bit bad for Aiden. Don't be ridiculous. Craig tossed his head back, chuckling. You're so hot when you're wrong. There's nothing to worry about, babe. Just relax, and let me take care of it. He leaned forward, staring into her eyes. Plus, you know I run one of the largest companies in Chicago. I can do a lot for you, and for the Stone family company. Plus, it'll benefit me too. Ava furrowed her brow. Excuse me? Craig kept staring at her. Look, you know both of our companies frequently do business together. We have a ton of contracts together, but one of our biggest ones is about to expire. Now, your father has been pushing to stall negotiations, but if you and I were together, then... Craig trailed off as he noticed Ava glaring at him. Craig, let's just agree to keep our personal lives and our professional lives separate, okay? She exhaled sharply, fuming. Craig nodded, defeated. All right. He quickly downed his drink in one gulp, slamming the glass down on the table. Should I take you home then? She nodded, and the two of them quickly left the bar. For the entire ride home, Craig and Ava stayed silent. Craig parked the car outside the Stone family mansion. Ava stepped out of the car. As she did, Craig called after her. Ava? She turned to look at him. Promise me you'll think about that contract? It really would benefit us both. Craig flashed her a cheesy smile. She nodded. I will, Craig. I will. With that, Ava headed inside the house as Craig closed the car door and sped off. As Ava entered the house, she spotted Aiden in the kitchen, making a late-night snack for himself. Oh, hey, you're back. Aiden blinked at her, looking sad. Hey, Aiden. Sorry about before. She walked up to the counter. Aiden could see that she looked a bit sheepish. Where's Craig? Oh, he left. Turns out he's not a very fun date. Ava sighed heavily. Aiden watched her carefully. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. There was a moment of silence between them. So, Aiden, you still think you might get me an engagement ring? Ava blushed. Aiden couldn't believe what he was hearing. It was like, all at once, Ava was an entirely different person. Sure, Ava. I'd get you whatever you want. If you let me. She smirked, tossing her hair behind her back. You know, Aiden, I never really noticed before, but you're actually pretty handsome. Aiden smiled. I mean, for a delivery boy. She teased. Aiden laughed. Ex-delivery boy, remember? Right, of course. Ava's lips parted slightly. There was a moment of heated tension between them. As they leaned in slightly toward one another, Aiden whispered, So, does this mean I can come to your room tonight? All at once, Ava backed away. Without hesitation, she slapped him across the face. How dare you? No, absolutely not. She grew flustered, her face still red. You'll sleep in the staff quarters like before. Aiden watched her carefully. She was angry, to be sure, but in some ways, Ava almost seemed more embarrassed than angry. She stared at him, fuming. Good night, Aiden. She stormed off, heading for her bedroom. Aiden buried his face in his hands. What was I thinking? He rolled his eyes, furious. Why am I wasting my time with this woman? I should be focused on the Tiger Group. Maximilian should be back any day now. I have to focus. He stormed off to bed in the staff quarters, but didn't sleep a wink all night. Meanwhile, Dominic Grayson stood looming over his desk, the surface covered with drawings of different men. Dominic scanned through them, then glared at a handful of henchmen who surrounded the desk. How are we supposed to identify the tiger if you all are so incompetent? He snatched up the drawings, crumpling up the paper and throwing them at his goons. "We need to figure out who the tiger is, and what he looks like. These renderings aren't going to do us any good. We need photographs!" All of the henchmen cowered, groveling as they picked up the drawings from the floor. In his anger, Dominic threw a knife at a dartboard hanging on the back of his door. Just as the knife hit the door, it opened, and Isaac walked in with a wicked smile on his face. He stepped cautiously into the office. "Sorry to interrupt, sir." Dominic sneered. "Spit it out. What is it, Isaac?" Isaac pulled out a photograph from his suit pocket, tossing it down on the desk. "It's him, the tiger. We think we might have found him." Will Ava marry Craig and leave Aiden? Will Aiden be able to make things right with Ava, or will he give her up? And will Dominic Grayson finally uncover the tiger's true identity?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.